because it doesn't belong there anyway. Anyone in Electroland want to say anything? Thank you.
Okay.
Discussion on the enabling phase of the TMS THS Central Office Building Project. Now, those of us who were here from the beginning heard it, but the rest of us weren't, so we'll hear it again.
I don't have a link for this meeting. Is it okay if I don't have an electronic?
We have a techie here.
I'm not, is it the same link?
No, it's a different link, but I still have your address. so I can-
Okay. But before I present the drawings, thank you all for coming on a special meeting day. As you may have heard, we're interested in bringing the set of documents that's on the table right there, drawings and specs, to a meeting with the state tomorrow afternoon. In order to do that, they need your approval to bring those drawings to them. And so that's what we're seeking tonight. This set of documents represents what we are calling the enabling phase. It does not include any of the work for the new building. But what it does do is it makes sure that your existing high school will be safe and will be accessible and will be up and running during construction of the new building. So this creates a construction fence around the area where the new building will be built. This allows for site improvements where the foundations of the new building will be built. And it creates a temporary parking lot and a temporary bus loop for your students. The buses will come in and out through Daily Drive. The gates that we have in the documents at the end of Daily Drive between your property and the neighborhood are permanent. Those are going to be there at the end of the final construction with the new building. They will be in place as a part of this enabling phase so that that bus loop can be accessed and during construction as well. And this also creates a separation at the major Bessie entrance for construction office and lay down, and separation for a parking area for the major Bessie Park. And so
Earlier, when you were giving the presentation, and I don't want to forget, you had mentioned that there would be enough parking for staff, visitors, and the senior class. Is the junior class not going to have parking?
that's correct. So unfortunately, we're providing a little over 300 parking spaces in this document, which allows for all of your faculty, which is about 140, 160 faculty and staff. And then senior class, currently, the numbers that we received from the school was that there's about 140 seniors who have parking passes. So this 300-ish number of parking spaces will accommodate seniors and all of your faculty and staff, and then some spaces out front for visitors, but it will not include the juniors.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. I'm gonna pull the drawings up on the screen so that the public can see it. But if you have any questions while I'm doing that, happy to answer.
Get scared, Glenn?
It's not COVID, I tested.
I don't believe you.
Stop it, you were sick first, huh?
A lot of calls going around.
Yeah.
There are, because we took our masks off.
I know.
All right, sorry to interrupt.
I was in and now I'm not in.
Yeah. let's see what-
Oh, that's good. Ally Hero was inviting me to a scheduled Zoom meeting. Probably on.
Can I ask a question about the parking while we're trying to get us all up to speed? I know I haven't been coming to building committee meetings consistently, so I apologize if this is redundant. Is there no other solution as far as having such limited spaces? Because I think we have a lot of juniors that drive, and for a lot of families, that might be a real problem. Because a lot of kids have sports after school or other like legitimate reasons that they can drive, and having a child that age, I know like the law doesn't really permit kids to carpool until they've had their license for a year. So a lot of parents get their child their own car so that they can drive themselves legally and not pile in with friends. Is this, are we really limited with that to that number?
Well, there's just, the only way to add more parking would be to lose more athletic fields. So we're trying to balance how much parking you have during those 2 school years versus how many athletic fields you have. So it's a struggle, and no, there's not really any other area.
No, if
We
you
sort of,
site plan.
It's a tight site.
I would be happy to.
Do we know how
It
many
says
juniors? run?
meeting will.
I mean,
School
offhand,
at
I
the end.
don't, but I know last year when my daughter was a junior, a lot of her
Yeah,
friends
I-
rode.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, because a lot of parents make financial decisions based on like knowing that their kid's gonna be able to drive to school. Then, so we're talking about next year. This is next year.
correct.
This is next year and the year after,
And,
Right.
and the year.
and the year, well, until 2025.
So if that's what it's gonna be, I hope, I mean, just, we have to get that out there so parents know that starting next year, juniors won't be able to drive their vehicles to the high school. So that's kind of a big deal for some people.
They'll probably have to find places in Lowe's. But it's not official because he tried.
Yeah,
That's a
Mario
long- it's a long
tried,
walk, though.
yeah, Mario tried to get parking there. We were gonna bus the kids
Yeah,
to the school and Lowe's.
No, the owner said
The
yes,
owner
the
said no.
Lowe's said no.
yeah.
It's basically what.
And there's a ton of parking back
It's really a Naugatuck.
Right.
Nobody uses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Naugatuck
Naugatuck
went for
didn't even allow seniors, did they?
Well, right now it's for lawn supplies.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if Naugatuck, Armand would know, but
Yeah, that was part of the discussion.
Alan.
It's gonna echo.
I'm trying to think of other empty
Yeah.
areas. I'm sure they thought about
Figure it
other
out.
empty parking lots.
I walked to school.
Close to walk from school.
I'm in.
To the high school.
I walked from South Main Street.
you can tell.
You could just touch it.
No, Gary, I think was further down. South Main. I was right by the gas station.
It was uphill both ways.
South
We
Main.
just know in June,
Yeah.
right?
Punching bag.
I've heard
I
that.
slid up those hills when I.
Here we go.
Okay.
We're getting moving again.
Yeah. Does anyone have any other questions or documents that you'd like me to review?
Do you want to just blow up that thing that kind of shows the fields that are left? There's not much room left on the site.
That's what we're losing.
So just for
Technical
For-
people to park there.
comparison purposes, that's the whole softball diamond and probably a third of that soccer, football practice field.
That's how it is for the enabling phase?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is breaking the eggs to make the omelet, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
Exactly what we're doing.
Oh.
Any other questions, or can we move on?
Just-
Anything else you need to say about the enabling phase? Thank you. Budget.
Did you have a question, Nick?
I just don't know what we do.
those in conjunction with these plans and over 4 million.
Now, did everyone get a
Hold
copy
on,
of the
they're still
document? I'm
talking.
assuming that everyone's looking. Okay, we need more copies of the document.
I'll give mine up.
No,
You know
we have a-
what,
we
can
have a
share
set.
that
We're
here,
good.
actually,
No,
yeah.
we're
Anybody
fine.
else?
No,
You okay?
we looked at it.
Yeah, I can
earlier.
share it, Nikki.
Thank you.
Okay, so at the bottom of the page 1, you'll see this is roughly $4 million worth of work this first phase. This is just representing the documents that are before you tonight that are going to be approved and brought up to the state. It's not the bid. So once we go out to bid, there will be a real number associated with that. So we'll be back, once we have the bids and we've vetted everything and we've made sure they include the entire scope, we will be back in front with a, what we'll call a partial guarantee maximum price, and it's somewhere in this neighborhood for the value. We'll be repeating this process in about 6 weeks with the rest of the, when the rest of the construction is sent to bid. We'll be coming in about 6 weeks to the building committee and the Board of Ed looking for approval of the rest of the documentation. So this is representing the documents that you have before you tonight.
Right, again, so the documents that we'll present to you 6 weeks from now will be 4 piles of drawings this thick each. And that will represent the site work for all of the final conditions of the project and the building itself.
And the demolition and abatement.
Demolition and abatement of the existing school. It's a very large set of documents. So that's what's coming next. For now, it's just these few drawings, which is 50.
Questions? Nikki?
Was there any concerns that have been brought up by the building committee in relation to anything that we're voting on tonight? That hasn't been like hashed out, or some major concerns that were brought up?
I don't believe so. The building committee did approve these documents just before this meeting. And as I mentioned during that meeting, we have a series of approvals from your city of Torrington as well. And so we've already been approved by the inland wetlands. And we are seeking approval of planning and zoning next Wednesday night at their regular meeting. So in the meantime, we've met with city officials and all of the staff associated with that. We've gotten staff comments back. And so we're addressing those as a part of the planning and zoning approval next week.
Just like one thing real quick. I was questioning some of the costs for the parking lot above, but we don't have any real pricing anyway. As it relates to alternates, some of the alternates were lights and things like that, which are very expensive. So when they get real prices, then we'll have to decide.
Now, so
I was just wondering if you're expecting planning and zoning to buy in. They've been in the loop the whole time,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
that's right. You came in late, but there was a litany of people that had named
That
who were at
we
the
met
meeting.
last week.
Yeah, it's pretty much formality.
Oh, that, okay, I did hear the list. I think it was, yes, okay,
Yeah, and we met with planning and zoning and
And
their comments were. very
excellent,
minimal.
good.
We presented to them at the last meeting and 2 meetings ago as well.
Yeah.
So this will be our 3rd meeting with the Planning and Zoning Commission. We met with the Inland Wetlands Commission twice.
I think
And
you guys,
beautiful.
we,
And beautifation.
That's correct.
Yeah.
It's called the Architectural
Architectural
Review
Architect
Committee.
review
Yeah.
approval.
I think speaking for myself as a board member, I really, you guys are doing a fantastic job, and I just rely on everything that you do to move forward, so.
As I said,
Thank you.
the committee is, they shot me down today because I didn't have dinner for them.
Yeah.
They were
Aside
okay.
from that, okay,
No, the committee and the team is, whenever there was a comment by the building committee, especially with the 2 cafeterias, we put the stair in, what I mean? So there've been a lot of comments.
Yeah.
And a lot of updates that people from the building committee had. The auto shop is in. We have everything on one floor for construction and so forth.
excellent.
Construction,
Tech and
Tech and-
engineering.
right. At the next building committee meeting, I'll show you all the pictures that Amy took when Mario and I were at Manchester High School to show you.
We
what-
saw those. So
Oh,
you
yeah, they're
uploaded
online.
those.
Nothing to
I
do with
did.
the enabling.
Yeah,
I'm
we already
sorry.
saw
So
that.
We're off
I'm
topic.
sorry.
Yeah,
Any questions
Sorry,
related
okay.
to the agenda?
She runs a
No.
company.
he does.
No one?
Yeah.
Okay, I've been
Thanks.
asked to split this vote because one of our members has a conflict of interest on the budget part, but not on the site plan part. So I am going to look for a motion to approve the site plan that we have had presented to us.
So
Second.
Discussion. First chance to ask questions.
Gary and Sue.
Mhm.
Gary and Sue. All those in favor?
Aye.
And now I'm looking for a motion to approve the,
So I think his motion has to be approval of the documents, not the site plan.
approval of the document.
Of the doc.
So, okay,
Excluding
Gary,
the
would you
budget.
like to revise your,
Excluding the budget.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
you're approving the document.
The
approving
document, yeah,
paper.
revised to
Yeah.
approve the document.
Okay, so you want to approve paper?
Yes.
Okay. All those in favor of approving the paper that's been presented to us, the budget is out. We understand that. All those in favor?
Aye.
And now the budget. Will somebody, now do we approve the budget paper or do we approve the budget?
Cost
We
estimate.
call it the cost estimate.
Cost estimate.
Approve the cost estimate.
Yeah.
Okay, cost estimates. We all know what we're talking about here. I'm the only one who doesn't.
So moved.
Okay, we have Gary moving
Second.
and second. Discussion on the cost estimates. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
And that's an abstention.
Yep.
Abstention, okay.
Aye.
Okay, thank you all. Building people, we have more on the agenda, but it's for the Board of Ed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ed, we wouldn't mind dinner at our Board of Ed meetings once in a while.
Gary's in
Now that
charge.
you're
Yeah,
gone.
he's not here for
I
that.
know, now that you're gone.
If we get him on the agenda to speak.
Come
Gary
bring
always
dinner.
says he's gonna bring pizza.
Yeah.
There's always an excuse.
So moved.
Regarding discussion of pending litigation and written legal opinion.